footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunters are the playbook, breaking down the Dolphins versus the Bills. Now let's take a look at Miami's keys to victory to see what they can do to pull off a huge win on the road.
You look at Miami's offense, they have to come in and they have to make sure when you're on the road, you have to get that balance going. And the good thing about it, Reggie Bush is running like a madman right now, and the Buffalo Bills defense still allows a lot of big plays on the ground. So look for Bush to have at least 100 yards this game against the Buffalo Bills. Now, where they can attack these guys in the passing game, you look at what the Dolphins do well. They do well out of spread formations, and what that is going to do is put a lot of pressure on the safeties to cover those tight ends, to cover these tall physical wide receivers like a guy in Brandon Marshall. So I will utilize Marshall on one side of the interior and Fasano flanked out just a little bit on the other side of the interior, and that puts a lot of pressure on the safeties. Now defensively, when you're stopping Buffalo, it's important to make sure you force Fitzpatrick to move backwards instead of forward. When Fitzpatrick sets his feet and steps up in the pocket, he's a dangerous passer, and he has a quick release and gets the football out to those wide receiver targets in a hurry. Also, you have to make sure you come in and stop the run. You have to stop the outside run that all falls on contained. Because if you allow CJ Spiller to get to the outside, guess what? You might as well get the extra point team out there because it's going to be a touchdown. So gap integrity and gap discipline is highly important against the Buffalo Bills.
Look at the Bills' keys to victory to see what they can do to stay ahead of the pace in the AFC East.
The Buffalo Bills offense is stagnant right now. There's no rhythm. In the beginning of the season, when the Buffalo Bills were outstanding, they had a lot of rhythm to their offense. I know they're missing Fred Jackson, maybe missing Chandler as well, but they still have to get in some sort of rhythm, and that falls on the shoulders of Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ease him into the ballgame by utilizing the screen plays, the short passes, stuff to build confidence in him, so that way he's going to be in the game for 4 quarters mentally, and that's what you want out of your quarterback. You see CJ Spiller starting to bud and progress. Get him the football even more so, and that way you can have some success in attacking that Miami Dolphins defense. Now defensively, you look at what the Dolphins do well. They love to spread teams out, so it's vital this week for the Bills front 7 to get pressure. And I would say keep hands up at the line of scrimmage. Matt Moore does a great job of getting the football out. However, a lot of his passes come out flatline. You will be able to bat a lot of passes at the line of scrimmage, which could result in turnovers. And we know the Bills were, when they were at their best, they were getting turnovers, creating opportunities for that offense, and they have to get back to doing that, and that all falls on pressure.
Now let's look at my X factors in this ball game and see which player or players can have an impact on the outcome in this matchup.
Dolphins X factor has to be gap integrity. We mentioned it early. If you allow CJ Spiller to get to the outside, it will be a touchdown. The Bills X factor has to be Ryan Fitzpatrick. He has to play better. He has to earn that paycheck, and he has to do a better job of getting the ball to those receiving targets. I'm going with the Dolphins in this game. Yes, they just lost their head coach, so it may be a lot of turmoil, but I look at this as a talent versus talent issue. The Dolphins have a lot more talent, both offensively and defensively, than the Buffalo Bills.
For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan. And listen to the Football Game Plan radio show, which airs Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan. Also, follow me on Twitter at FBallGamePlan.